Hanggang ngayon, naantay ko kung totoo yung mga na-rape na yan, na-torture na yan. Bakit hindi lang pangalanan yung mga gumawa ng rape, gumawa ng torture, gumawa ng anumang ibinibintang nila? Oh, bakit hindi walang kaso ni Sinay dito? Kahit isang sundalo lang. Wala na, hindi na masasabi na, wala, nandiyan si Marcos, nandiyan si Enrile, kung tatakpan nila yan. 1986, umalis na si Marcos. 1986, wala na ako sa Executive Department. Nag-design na ako sa Department of Defense. 1986 hanggang ngayon, ilang taon yan? 30 years? 30 years. 30 taon, 3 dekada. Wala naman nag-file ng isang kapiranggon man lang na bintang.
Bakit ganito mangyari?
Sapagkat alam nila na yung ginawa ni Marcos sang-ayon sa saling ng batas eh. Pati mismo sa Korte Suprema sinabi, tama yun. We take judicial notice na may revolusyon sa Pilipinas, may rebellion. Ayun eh, hindi na natatanggit yung mga yun. Ngayon, ang problema dyan, yung mga hindi ko kayo sinisisi dahil yung media, pero nagpapadala din kayo sa ambisyon ng mga tao. Kayo ang gumagawa ng istorya ng isang bansa, pero tinidistort ninyo ang pangyayari dahil doon sa pang-aakit ng mga naglalabanan ng dalawang panig. Dalawang panig pala rin yung gobyerno at yung mga gusto umagaw ng gobyerno. Ngayon, yung martial law, kailan pa nag-umpisa na pinano ni Marcos yun? Pagkatapos ng eleksyon ng 1969. Nung nag-eleksyon ng 1971 tapos na lahat yung mga dokumento na ginawa ko eh. Wala nakakalam nun. Wala akong kasama na gumawa nun. Kaya, nung nangyari pumutok yung martial law noong 1972, halos walang nakakaalam. Bukas pa yung Kongreso. Pero masaya, ilan taon na mo kayo, no? Hindi ka na nandito kayo. Pinakamatasa. Ha?
Ako 23.
Wala. Baka hindi po kayo pinanganak eh.
23.
High school ka na. Anong kinawagahan ng martial law? Anong naramdaman ninyo ng mga estudyante noon? Tahimik ang bansa, di ba? Pero bago yun, putukan, gulo sa Maynila. Hindi niya natatandaan yung mga commune sa UP. Yung barikada magmula sa Los Baños hanggang sa Pateros. Hindi ba nagalaw ang bayan? Masahin ninyo yung proklamasyon ni Marcos kung talagang gusto niyo kasaysayan. Hanggang ngayon, walang nagsabi na hindi totoo yun. Inisip pa ninyo yun? Bakit pa walang lumabas? Kaya nagsabi, hindi totoo yung sinasabi ni Marcos sa proclamation niya. Sapagkat yun ay pangyayari dahil napalit sila Nelson Navarro, nandiyan pa yun sila kung sino-sino na mga aktibo ng mga kabataan noon. Nagkawili, buhay pa sila. May losses.
Dilo tayo.
Dumating na lang later on. Bago pa decision. Magulo ng bayan noon eh. Sino mga naggugulo doon? Si Alibas Paz, si Commander Sumulo. Hindi namin tatandaan niya mga yun eh. Diba, Commander Fairman? Sino ba si Commander Fairman?
Puro Commander.
Dadating ba si Dilo tayo?
Correct, yan.
Dadating ko sa kanya. Istoryahin mo nga kung saan kita na uunang nakilala. Kung kami marahas, noong panahon na yun, bakit buhay si Dilo tayo?
Tama.
Wala kami pinagpapatay ng mga tao noon. Oh.
Ang laban namin ni Marcos noon ay parang basketball. Ako ay captain ball ng isang team at si Marcos naman ang captain ball ng kabila. Si Ginoong Enrile naman ay nandoon lamang sa bleacher at nanonood. Nung makita niya na natatalo yung isang team dahil medyo niluluto ang laro, gusto na niyang agawin ang bola at siya na ang maglaro. Sabi ko, ang katulad ni Enrile ay para bang isang dakilang miron. Ang problema po sa mga dakilang miron, kapag sila ang nasa back sa labanan, medyo ninenervyos agad kapag nagkagipitan. Sa pagkakatanda ko ng mga nangyari noong 1986, dahil sa takot at nervyos ni Enrile na kung ano ang gagawin sa kanya ni Marcos, ay tumawag siya ng tulong sa bayan. Kaya nga po natatandaan ng bayan na siya ay nangumpisal sa ating lahat ng mga nagawa niya noon. Hindi po ba may kasabihan tayo na pag ang tao ay iniisip niya na malapit na siyang mamatay, ay nangungumpisal na. Eh dahil nga po nervous yung si Enrile, nangumpisal po siya. Kanya lahat po nung sinabi niya noon, katotohanan po yun. Totoong totoo, yung sinabi niya na dinaya niya tayo. Totoo rin yung sinabi niya na finake niya yung ambush noong 1972. Yan pong lahat.
Okay, so part of the buzz about the book is the book's version of this famous ambush of 1972.
Yeah, that's correct,
Okay.
but,
people are saying you contradicted yourself in 1986
I
when
did not-
supposedly you said at a press conference that the ambush was faked
No.
and it was meant to be a justification for martial law.
Let them show me any material, whether tape, voice tape, or written material that I fake my ambush. Personally, that I fake it. What those writers, in the case of Raymond Bonner,
Waltzing with the dictator.
this guy was insistent in interviewing me because he wanted to cash in on the revolution. He was in a hurry to write a book.
But he
And-
said he interviewed you even before the revolution.
No. I never met
Both
him.
in 85 and 86.
No, it was Mrs. Father Reuter who begged me to accept him in my house. And we had a brief discussion. I never told him that I faked my ambush. I said, the ambush was staged. I said, but I did not say who staged it. I did not say that I staged
So
my
the
own
correct
ambush.
word was staged.
Yes. And even Sandra Barton.
Sandra Burton, yung
was
Time
my good friend.
Time magazine
you know,
correspondent. She said the same thing in her book.
Yeah, yes. You see what they said. Because I never used this that I fake it or I staged my own ambush.
So it was a real ambush. You
Yeah.
almost died. Kasi may mga witness yung halimbawa yung driver daw
What
ni...
do they think that I will park my car and shoot it? Oh, come on.
Alam po ninyo, medyo matagal na yata po yung panahon na ibinibigay ko sa isang dakilang meron lamang.
It was also Enrile who, in 1990, criticized Cory and accused her of not being at EDSA in 1986 with hundreds of thousands of other Filipinos, and that instead she was hiding in a convent in Cebu. Not a single photo or video of Cory has ever surfaced in the last 30 years to prove that she was indeed in EDSA. Not a single photo or video of Cory has ever surfaced in the last 30 years to prove that she was indeed in EDSA.
Consider former President Marcos po as a hero?
Huh?
Would you consider po former President Marcos?
Why not? He was given the Medal of Honor. And it's not a fake medal. Some people say, Bonnie Gallego says that he had fake medals, but of all the medals that he received, I don't think all are fake. One medal of honor is enough to allow you to be buried in that piece of land.
Sir, same position even if the
Huh?
same position po sir, even if the National Historical Commission is saying that yung mga medal of honor po ni former President Marcos is
I do not know. I'm quoting Bonnie Gallego, but I doubt whether there is truth to what he said. But anyway, if he can present the proof, why not? If anybody can present the proof, then prove it. Unless that proof is presented, the presumption is that those medals are genuine.
Thank you for watching our videos. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you will be notified of our latest videos. And please do like and share all our videos. Maraming salamat po.